I've already done that. Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to the Tone Jerks podcast. Kyle, you got me laughing. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today we got...
Kyle, you're a funny fuck.
This is
yeah. Funny beep. It's Kyle McIntyre.
Yeah, so this is another Monday podcast.
Substituting Kyle McIntyre.
Yeah. Another Monday podcast we're recording later in the week. I think we're going to record Mondays coming up soon here. I just got to plan it out on my own. My own schedule here. And so I think we're going to do Mondays. I think we can still release on Friday. We'll get back on track soon, but we just got to get everything rolling here. I don't know. What do you think? Can you do Mondays?
Keep rolling. Yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah.
Monday night.
Yeah, Monday night, because Monday day I'll do Off the Rails, and then Monday night I'll just be podcasted out. So basically what we're doing is like Kyle's going to be, shouldering all the weight here. He's going to carry the pod. Like he's been doing the past 5 years.
Oh, of course.
He's like, oh, God.
How long have we been doing this shit?
What else is new, pal?
Yeah. My back's hurting. I need to go to the fucking chiropractor.
Carry the whole weight of the pod and my ass.
Yeah.
You fat bitch, Brian.
I mean, I have to buy new gear every week and keep the topics flowing too. God.
Yeah. Give me the sweet topics. So, anyways, so Monday, and I think maybe next week we'll get back on track on Fridays. We'll switch our days around. So, unless my work just fucks me over again. Oh, we're going to be going into Christmas, so who knows? Schedule could change. But at least we're putting them out. That's cool, right? No, Kyle doesn't care. He's like, fuck, I don't give a shit.
I don't fucking, Christmas, whatever.
Christmas.
You don't work retail. It's just another fucking holiday.
Yeah. See, I've been the retail life.
Like Christmas Mageddon.
Yeah. Retail. Yeah. It's like Salt Life, but like a bunch of candy canes and shit like that.
Oh my God. I hated fucking Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are like, oh my God, it's great. So the music sucks. I hated the music.
Yeah.
Hated the stuff when I worked at different retail places, the stuff we sold, things you had to do to prepare for it, just the bullshit you had to do during the holiday.
Yeah.
And then it's like, as soon as I left, it's like, oh yeah, it's just like another it's a regular holiday, I guess.
Yeah, you were retail for at least a decade, huh? Different places, but
yeah, no, I did I did like 12 years.
Yeah. Oh, a little over a decade, yeah, but it probably feels good to be out of it. I'm still in the retail life here, but hey, it is what it is. It's not my first rodeo. It's been probably 18th rodeo, 17th. I know these roads. Anyways, that's boring, huh? Great way to start the podcast.
Yeah, it's great.
Kyle,
what's talking about Christmas? No one wants to hear about Christmas right now.
Yeah, I could see that.
You're skipping like 4 holidays, 3 holidays.
Mm-hmm. But you go to like even Costco, I think they probably have. I bet they have Christmas decorations up already.
I've already seen some shit out for Christmas
and Halloween, stuff like that.
Yeah, Halloween definitely. When you see like the, you're driving, you see like the Spirit Halloween. They fucking
they pop up.
Yeah, the pop up location. I think there's even a Spirit Halloween that pops up here in town. You're like, what the fuck? How'd you get out here?
There's 12 people here. What the fuck?
Yeah, how'd you know?
You're not a pass out candy guy?
Yeah, no, not really. I'd leave it out and let the hooligans freaking steal it all.
Just fucking put a Brute Rubbermaid and just fill it up with
with water and hopefully.
Yeah, you fill it up with candy or like fill it up with water. Bob for apples. Bob's your uncle.
Unsupervised children on your property, bobbing for apples. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Kids just like taking a dunk
on your dumping on your property.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say take a dunk, but yeah, dump too.
Oh,
they ain't Bob for this. I got some for old man McIntyre over there.
Damn. Yeah, I'd hate to be that guy. Like I guess growing up in the neighborhood, you always had like, you assumed people were like, the house was either haunted or, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if maybe you don't, but like you never saw anyone else in the, never a car in the driveway at houses. Sometimes you're like, this old man Jenkins lives there, like in the movies, like the Burbs type situation.
Yeah.
I always,
yeah.
When we lived in Oceanside, had that, and then even in when we were in San Diego, it's like that guy's a jerk, you know, because someone had said he was a jerk, whatever. Actually, a really nice guy, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Call him names behind his back, and then he was like, you know, the guy's a man. We think he's like a, you know, I'm like, the guy's driving a car, goes to work, and we're calling him we're calling him names, and we're, you know, 8, 9-year-old kids.
You're pieces of shit.
Pieces of shit. Yeah, just such assholes.
Yeah. I think we had less of that. I don't know. Growing up, at least in San Diego, I had less of the community kind of thing. It's just everybody's just like staying in their lane, mind their own business, don't talk to anybody. Let's go.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, Kyle, what's new in your world? What's shaking? What's grooving? What is good?
Well, I got a new game. Been playing that.
We kind of talked about that last episode, but it came out. You're playing it. You're in it.
Yeah.
You're in the thick of it.
So I got Starfeild.
Yeah.
When, you know, everyone else says, I mean, I shouldn't say everyone. I did read some like negative like reviews and seen some stuff, but like so far, I am having a great time.
Yeah.
And I bought like the, you know, I think we were talking like, what the hell? It's like $80 for this game. It's like $79.99. I'm like, I bought the $100 version of it. I'm like, yeah.
Well, I talked about not trying to bootlick for these companies, but it's like game prices haven't gone up in a decade.
Yeah.
It's like you were
They're
paying
$59 forever.
Yeah, you were paying $60 for an Xbox, you know, 360 game.
Yeah.
And now you're playing, you know, Xbox S, X, or whatever the hell it is, the newest one. PS5 games. You're like, I want to pay $60. I'm like, well, it takes more, you know, memory or RAM. Memory is RAM. No,
memory is RAM.
So it's like it takes more to develop these. So I know Nintendo did that for Tears of the Kingdom, and people are like, "What the fuck?" Well, I'm still gonna buy it. And then you're like, you spend so much time playing it, and like, this is primo,
fucking rad. Yeah,
and then,
no, it's awesome.
Yeah, so that new game,
it definitely tickles like things that I'm into. You know, like space, space exploration, nerd shit. You know, like sci-fi movie. You know, but it puts you in the movie. It's the same thing we talked about with like. Fucking Red Dead, you know, you're immersed in that life, and that's what's so cool about this game is like, you know, sure things could be a little more cohesive, right? But the game just came out; they might update some things, right?
Yeah, I'm totally they're gonna update it. Even games that came out last year that aren't like major AAA titles or anything for Switch, they're updating still. Like Tales of Symphonia, I still need to play it. It's on my. I'm glad I bought it just to put it on my shelf.
Yeah,
because I'm like, I'll get to that later. After I'm done with get up to 300 hours in Zelda. No,
damn.
I just kidding. I put off Zelda. I'm actually playing Zelda, the N64 Ocarina of Time. I've never played that.
Damn.
So I'm experiencing.
How's that going?
It's pretty cool. I'm getting into it, and then I'm also like. I really wish I played this when I was a kid. This would have been awesome.
Yeah, it's like a Banjo-Kazooie like feel, I think, when I've played it recently.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a copy and paste of all those games, you know?
Kind of.
Third person.
I guess I haven't played Banjo-Kazooie. That's also on the list for N64. But it's like,
So someone's probably screaming, what the fuck? You just compared those fucking... You just compared that dog shit to Zelda?
Well, I heard, everybody loved Ocarina of Time. And then I've never played the SNES, Link to the Past. So I'm basically going in reverse here. I played the latest.
Yeah, you're going the wrong way.
Latest, Zeldas. That was my first experience was Breath of the Wild. And then I went to Tears of the Kingdom. And it's like, okay, you played the fucking newest, like, biggest time that the developers put into these games. And then they're like, okay, well, they're good. I'm like, well, I'm going to go backwards. Let's go to N64. Something from 1998.
Yeah, damn.
And then
that's a long time ago.
Link to the Past. I'm like, I want to play that one next. I heard that one's
as old as my sister.
Uh-huh.
She was born in 1998.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah. So, but anyways,
it's cool. It's immersive. I mean, you fly around. You have battles in freaking space.
So like, why do people
with your
dislike the game? Is it because of like?
It says repetitive and like they want to like. Here's one. Someone's like, I want to be able to land on every single planet that I see. You know, I'm like, okay, well, instead of landing on 8 in a system like a made up solar system, you can only land on 6 of them. Okay, that's a lot to do still in this.
Yeah.
But the 8 that the 2 that you can't land on are like gas giants. They're like Saturn or Jupiter.
Yeah.
You can't land on those because they're basically just a lot of gas.
Yeah.
So in real life, it's kind of, you don't want to fly through that. You can't really land on anything. You idiot. Anyways, that's one thing I saw.
Anything thing I saw glitching out or whatever?
What's that?
Anything about glitching out, or is it all gameplay?
No glitches. I've had a couple things happen, but it wasn't like major. Like it didn't drop. I haven't had the game crash at all. Like it's been pretty amazing, and I have that even with frickin' Skyrim. Like playing Skyrim recently.
Yeah.
You think they got rid of everything, right? No, I had issues where it's like, I think it was fighting someone, and then you're about to win. You just spent all this time, all your arrows, all this killing this guy, and it glitches out and drops the program. You're like, fuck. So that's gonna be fun redoing.
Yeah.
And then you realize you load back in and didn't save anything for the last like 20 minutes.
Oh
like,
man,
cool. I gotta do all of that. I can't just fast travel to this location again. I gotta walk this whole distance again to get to this place.
Yeah. There's some games that don't auto save. That's that's a thing still, now. Yeah.
Starfield doesn't do that. So like I did have an issue where I did all this shit and blah, fought all these people, got to the end and got killed.
Yeah.
Of this mission, and it started me back from when I landed my ship on the planet. I'm like, okay, Kyle, you have to fucking quick save. Just do a quick save every once in a while.
Yeah.
Just do it.
I got into that with playing NieR Automata. And that's part of the game. It's like where they fuck with you. It's like, oh, they ruin your save files, or it's part of like, because you're androids that they could glitch out or whatever, so you can not save or whatever, and they'll ruin your save files. And it's like, that's cool, but also like, God, damn it. So they're always like, save multiple saves and quick save all the times you get, because you could be in a part of a mission where you haven't quick saved for, I don't know, an hour or more or whatever, less, whatever.
You forget about it. You get so involved.
And then you make the wrong choice, or you do something wrong, you die, you kill the wrong person, and it's like, all right, cool. Now we're back to this part. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, like, sometimes you don't know how big of a decision you're making on something.
Where it's like something,
and then you make it, and you're like, oh no.
Like something in the game can be
character dies or something like, oh.
Yeah, there's one where it's like you have a choice of making 2 decisions. So like, oh, for this character, or the third one is just like, just walk away and then leave this character, and it's like, oh shit, well, which one's the right one? It's like, well, we won't tell you which one's the right one, but it will affect the rest of the story. So
yeah, make sure you I do hate that too,
which is fun. It's also kind of like of the writers or developers having fun, have a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's cool that you're enjoying it. I know I've seen I've heard about the game. I don't have a system to which I would play it. My Switch would explode. My MacBook would explode.
I don't even think it's for Mac.
If I tried to, it's like a Hackintosh or whatever. No, that's fair. Yeah. But anyways, but I've heard about it, and I'm like, no, I just watched, Donkey, video game Donkey. He does videos on games. He's that's his job, and he made a video about it, and there's people talking about like how you can never have a game come out and have people enjoy it. People are just gonna shit on everything. So just like never listen to like critics or people like comments or anything about anything, because people will bitch about everything.
Yeah. And what's funny is like this game has no glitches, right?
Yeah.
As far as I know, not like Cyberpunk. You know, it's fun, but everyone wants to find something.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, repetition. Like, okay, you land on a planet, you infiltrate a facility, you have to kill a bunch of people. I'm like, yeah, that's what you do on Skyrim. You walk to a cave, you go into it, you fight a bunch of skeletons with arrows and shit, and then you take, and then you get a special ability at the end of it. We've done it.
Very cool stuff. We like that.
But we're landing on planets. You have to be smart about things. Like you can customize your spaceship. It's awesome.
Yeah,
it is immersive. Okay, here's my one gripe is that I didn't see something coming. So it's like, I built up a relationship with another character. It's like every time you have dialogue. Every time it's like, you're talking to the customer. You're talking to the person, and like it says flirt in the dialogue. I'm like, well, fuck, I'm gonna flirt with them. Boom, hit flirt. I flirted with this person enough where it's like, oh, we're in a relationship, we're getting married. I turned the volume down. I'm like, I don't want my wife to think I'm playing like a dating sim here. Like, Jesus Christ, like,
And she's like, what the hell?
Oh, yeah, what the fuck? I thought you were playing Starfeild, but you got this digital slut on the fucking screen. No, so
that's pretty good. I wasn't expecting that. Though, where like,
yeah, I was like, okay, yeah. So, well, you can flirt. It looks. I've had dialogue with other people where you can flirt with them too.
Yeah,
other characters. But I was like, all right, I'm just gonna see what happens with this. So, build up this relationship. I think I asked on accident, like, if they want to get married or whatever. Okay. And like, oh, yeah, that's great, Bob, let's do it. Bob, I'm like, okay, cool. Next mission, they fucking get killed. I'm like, I should have known that was going to happen.
You're like, oh, no, my fiance died. Oh, man. Body rock is in the house tonight.
You're just like, dodged a bullet. I fucking pulled a freaking
Costanza.
Costanza, yeah.
Just like, oh no, what a tragedy.
Yeah, so it was dumb, but I'm like, I could have gone back and redone it. I'm like, I did this like a lot of missions with this character too. Like, oh, they were having PTSD, or like they're having problems from like they had like a tragedy in space where they lost a bunch of their soldiers and stuff, or they were a commander or whatever. Okay, so we went in this mission, try and we found all their dog tags. We're gonna bring them back and close this chapter in their life, and then boom, dead. I'm like, man, I spent a lot of time with that character. I guess that was the end of the character path. Cool.
Well, and
like,
yeah, that's still fun. That's fun to do.
I'm like, all right,
because you're like, oh, this is probably some part of
the
story later.
But I could have made this choice to save them, or save like more of the people I was with on the ground. They were on a space station. I was trying to I'm gonna fight here because this is where I'm at. And then they were, I'm like, oh, they actually did die. Cool.
You're like, oh shit.
Not to spoil it for anyone who's playing it, but yeah, I heard that you can build your relationship with someone else, and then they get killed, and then you can build your relationship with that other person if you wanted to.
So
it doesn't matter. It's a fucking game.
Have a bullet fodder person. You're like, I built this up and kill them so I can go move on with this other one. That is kind of like a dating sim, dude.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, turn that shit down. Like, oh my God.
I'm gonna put headphones.
I love you so much. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ.
Just like my husband's a fucking loser.
Yeah, he's like playing $100 dating sim in space.
That's pretty good. That got me.
Anyways, so I did get some pedals. So you've inspired me to do the mini pedal board.
Okay, because you got the Azure delay last time. What'd you get this time?
I swung down to South Austin Music this past weekend, whatever, and I got a Wampler Plexi Drive.
That is so cool. That's awesome.
This thing is awesome.
It's a Marshall in a box by one of the ones to do the amp in a box the best. Wampler. I like that.
It is really good. It sounds killer through the Bravo. It's awesome. It's like sharp. Not like, it's like
the attack.
Cutting.
Really,
it's so great. That's what I love about, I find Plexi amps, like, digital, whatever. They sound great, like in the native, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Like they are so good. I kind of gravitate towards that. I think one day I'll try and buy one, head and a stack, like half stack.
Yeah.
One day.
Those are loud amps.
Not today.
Just so you know. Had a buddy buy one. 50 watt, the Plexi. I can't remember what JMP is what it was.
Yeah, we got to get up really loud to get to.
Yeah, it doesn't break up until you fucking really crank it.
Yeah,
he's like,
maybe not then.
He's like, I like this thing, but, and I'm like, you need to get a load box. He's like,
or attenuate? Can you attenuate it?
Yeah, that kind of thing, like a attenuator, basically. So it's something that kicks it down. And he was like, I know, but I already spent $2,000 on that amp.
Yeah, that's,
and then I gotta buy more just to use it how I want. I'm like, yeah. Or you can put pedals in front of it. He's like, I already have a Fender Deluxe reverb. I could use that for pedals. I wanted to use this for the Marshall sound. I'm like, you're not gonna get the Marshall sound out of 50 watts unless you really crank it. And he's like, damn it. Yeah, you like talk to somebody who like kind of regrets their purchase, but also like,
yeah,
I want this to work. I'm like, I've been there. I'm like, I've been there, buddy. I've been there. I'm like, shit.
This thing though is
that'll get
sweet.
That sound kind of close, right?
Yeah, it'll get you close. Obviously, it's not going to give you the full sound, but
it's not a fucking Marshall half stack, but it is like close.
This thing's awesome.
I'm, I want to try that bad boy out. I'm a big fan of the Wampler stuff. Wampler shit, I have not been disappointed by any of it.
Yeah, I think people give it a bad rep just because it's like, they think the graphics kind of suck and all this stuff.
Yeah, and they think like, I think they kind of think, I'm like, which I think, okay, they think that Brian...
Stop thinking. Jesus.
They think that Brian Wampler's a dork, which I'm like, he is.
Yeah.
And but he knows what he's doing, and also he's fun. I don't know. I think it's kind of like what is more approachable or something like that. That
yeah.
I can't think of another word for it, but it's like he's he's not like unattainable.
He's a real ass dude.
Yeah, exactly. He's a real ass dude, but he's not like a cool guy, and that's never what he's trying to do. Yeah. He's a dork. That's what he's doing.
Sandy. He's not like fucking John Travolta.
Yeah.
The John Travolta of pedal making.
No, he's not.
Because we all know that's JHS. So
John Scott, yeah, he's a hunk.
Yeah.
John Scott's the
Tell
hunk.
me more. Tell me more.
Yeah, whereas Wampler, I'm like, he's doing his thing, staying in his lane. But I mean, there's I don't know, I'm getting ahead of myself. Like they're doing more shit. Like think about those digital pedals that they do. Is it the Terraform? The delay, right?
That's the delay. No, that's the modulation.
Modulation, and then there's a delay too.
Yeah. I don't remember what the name of that one is.
Which is pretty cool. When you buy those pedals, they come with like a free like plugin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you have a plug-in version of the Terraform.
Damn.
Because he's like, well, I did all the work to put it in the pedal. It's easy just to like click and drag. And so I'm like, oh, that's fucking awesome. Like, what a cool thing that Wampler does. So I'm a big fan of Wampler. I don't have any of the big pedals. I have pretty much all minis at the moment.
Minis.
I did have the what the hell was that? Rock Reverb in a Box pedal. I did sell that one. So
the orange thing, pulp or catapult?
Catapult. Which I'm like, I love. That was a cool pedal, but I'm like, I'm not using it. And I could, and it's discontinued. So I'm like,
Metaverse, by the way.
Metaverse, the delay, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, they're doing cool shit at
Is there a reverb too?
At Wampler. They come out with one?
I bet they will.
I'm sure they will.
I don't see it.
But yeah, Tumnus, fucking killer pedal. Have that one. Not on a board, but I'm like, that's not leaving mine.
Someone's got one of those for $50 locally.
Get it. Fucking get it, dude. Fucking
Did you jump on it?
Not be disappointed. I'm sure it will sound awesome out of that Bravo.
Oh, yeah.
that was a killer combo with the AD15 and a Tumnus just in front of it. Primo. Super simple design on that pedal. Just 3 knobs. Boom. All you need. And then spring reverb. I have the faux spring reverb mini from Wampler. Love it. Great. All I need in a reverb, really. I'm not a crazy reverb guy.
Yeah.
Just a little amp reverb, and that's all you need. And then Brian does it for me there. And then the amp in a box ones are always like, he's got a bunch of them. He has the Ace 30, I think is what it's called. I think he maybe had a cease and desist on that guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was too close to AC 30. But that was a great name, though, by the way. Ace 30. But yeah, that's a cool one. I know he has the Drakeus, which is like a high gain. Think of like, I don't know, like Mesa Boogie or something like that. Kind of like Ola England's tone. I can't remember what amps he used to play. But yeah, just like high gain, just drop D or drop C probably guitars. Like Wampler even does that shit. Because he's known for doing like, the country kind of style, the chicken picking kind of stuff. But I'm like, no, he'll do like high gain, medium gain all over.
Chicken picking shit, dude. I don't know how people do it.
It's fucking so fast, too. And I'm like, and you're using multiple fingers on your picking hand. I'm like,
no way.
This is, well, you've earned the money you got for that gig. Because I could never do that. Somebody wants to do some like, palm muted downstrokes. I'm like, yeah, I can do that.
I'm your guy.
I'm your guy. Power chords. But yeah, no, that's awesome pedal. I when that came out, I was like really tempted just to like click buy on that. Did you get it for a good deal?
He has a lot of mini pedals too, actually. Surprisingly.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing. He's doing the minis.
The Ratsbane.
Yeah.
He's got the Moxie, the Bella.
Mm-hmm. Which I if he does the Pantheon mini, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
With it, which is his Bluesbreaker take. But if he does it mini, I'm all over it.
Nice.
Yeah, big Wampler fan over here at the Tone Jerks camp, and I'm glad you got that one.
Yeah, so I got that, and then I also got just today, and I've just played it once. Excuse me. This Tech 21.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this freaking diamond plate's gonna confuse the camera. Tech 21 XXL.
Mm-hmm. For the big boy.
For like $70 bucks.
Yeah.
So it was, to try it out just for, it's a bit much for just a tryout pedal, I guess, but for like, what the fuck is this? I don't know what this is.
Under 100.
I only find a couple videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
And, even playing it myself, I don't really understand what this, so there's a warp knob on here. There's a drive, by the way, I guess I should say. But the warp is supposed to be like, brings out different harmonies to your like harmonics, I should say. But I can't really hear it. Maybe I need to do a cleaner sound. I don't know, through the amp. I don't know. It was a clean amp. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was a distortion pedal.
You're right. It's a distortion.
So not, yeah.
Yeah, I did a little read up on it. And I have it. I'll read right here. The humongous XXL is all about distortion. Obese. Megalithic dynamic distortion. Jesus.
It's just for the big boys.
Yeah, you're going to have to give this thing
wide
insulin
berth
on a regular basis. This is the XXL warp control. Manipulates the structure and balance of odd and even harmonics and influences the X factor. Yeah. So this is like a pedal from the 90s.
Yeah.
This one's the 90s version. So.
Well, it was, and I remember you were saying earlier too, it's like trying to figure out what type of pedal that was, like what the circuit is based off of. And you can't really tell from the description. Kind of reminds me of like when I was like one of my favorite drives is the Sweet Honey Overdrive from Mad Professor. So that one is not like I was trying to find like, is this a clone of something? Is it a Blues Breaker? Is it a Tube Screamer? A clone?
Somebody tell me.
Somebody tell me what this thing is. Is it a Timmy? Whatever. And I'm like, I couldn't find anything. And then it has a knob that's kind of like, it's the focus knob. So it's like, is this a tone knob? I'm like, no, it's something that kind of just gives it more of an amp-like feel distortion or grit drive. I'm like,
yeah,
and I love it turned all the way up.
It's like presence,
kind
right?
of. No, but it doesn't even describe it as that. It's just kind of like how it affects your guitar dynamic playing. Like you're digging in, playing lighter, whatever, into the drive circuit. And I'm like, well, give me all the dynamic. And it is so cool. I mean, that was my shitty explanation of what this knob does. And that's my favorite fucking pedal. And I was trying to find, like, what is this drive after? And I ended up talking to Sean Wright at Lollygagger Effects. And he was kind of like, it's kind of its own thing. You know, like, why don't
We're
people
doing our own thing?
Yeah, like they did their own thing. There's a couple clones of it, but not a whole lot because it's not. I mean, it's not like super popular pedal. It's not like Tube Screamer fame. So people are not gonna do their own version of it. But it's also like, it's kind of cool that Mad Professor kind of made their own deal there. Kind of like our boy Sean Wright, give him over there, and Lollygagger doing Canaglia drive. That's to me, I'm like, that's definitely its own thing, not just by the looks of it, but its drive circuit and how you interact with it. It's really unique. So I'm like, all right, well, why make a clone when you can do your own thing? So shout out Sean.
I might put this is it says that different harmonics can make it sound like a fuzz or not, and I'm like, cool. I don't like that.
So,
how do I not make it sound like a fuzz?
So do the opposite thing.
Yeah. Cool. So that's how you make it sound like a fuzz? Yeah, can we back it up and not do that? Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. It might be a pedal that I just sell, but we'll see. Yeah. I've never sold one, so.
Well, no.
It might not be this one.
I've sold some of yours.
Yeah, that's true.
But you can still say you've never sold a pedal.
Yeah. Hey, whoa, blood's not on my hands, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've sold your pedals for you.
Someone else doing the dirty work for me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Plexi definitely, I'm not, like, no regrets on this one.
Yeah, you've been
a little bit on this one so far. But
I don't feel like you've been sleeping a little bit on Wampler. You got to get some more of those bad boys.
Yeah. There was some other pedals I wanted to buy at they had some other minis too, but I didn't want to. What I'm trying to do with this pedal board is not repeat any brands. I know you try to do that, and you failed. So I'm gonna try and be better than you.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
So, but my power supply is gonna be a MXR, so I will have an MXR pedal on there still though.
Mm.
Maybe.
Well,
so maybe
the thing I like about the CS6 is they are isolated. Wait, is the ISO brick mini?
ISO brick, yeah.
Okay, never mind.
I might get another one. Have 2 ISO bricks on there.
I step back. I was, I don't think any of my pedals needed it, but I was like, I need isolated power on every single one of these. And then,
only digital, really, right?
Yeah. I don't think I really had many. I guess the Wampler Reverb, probably. But yeah, that was the one where I failed and I doubled my brands. I had 2 MXRs on there. But it's like, okay, Phase 90 and a carbon copy. Really? Like, are you going to fuck me over on that one?
I'm going to try.
Like, the two of the goats, I would say. The goat! It's the goat! Like, a phaser. Really going to say a Phase 90 is not the best?
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking
carbon copy for analog delay. I'm like, analog delay carbon copy. Are you shitting me? It's the best one.
was thinking,
Even it has more shit in it. Yeah.
So just get all the banana.
Those are cool.
Just the reverb, which is like a crazy reverb.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are crazy. The banana effects.
I was looking at the for mini pedals. I was looking at Sonic Cake. I have their cab IR loader, which is awesome. It's great. It does exactly what I wanted it to do. It's like throw an amp and a box pedal in front of it, and it sounds pretty good for DI purposes. And I'm like, oh, Sonic Cake makes other shit too. They have I can't remember the name of it, modulation pedal that has, it's basically like was the utility knife kind of idea, where they have different, like, here's a couple choruses, here's some reverbs, or sorry, here's some choruses, here's some flangers, here's some fucking phasers and trems and other shit, and like all just with the twist of a knob, you know. I'm like, in a mini form for Sonic Cake, and it's $50. And I'm like, even if it sucks, $50 would be cool, kind of cool for a mini pedal that does all that shit.
Yeah, it can't be too bad.
Now, you know, you've seen some reviews of it. I think Sean Pierce Johnson did one, and then Eric Marrow did a review of it. And I'm like, all right, they kind of give their takes on it. Not bad. And $50. Like when you buy those cheap mini pedals, I'm like, okay, I know, consumerism and buying stuff that you don't need just to create this thing. I'm like, I don't know, but it's $50 just for a pedal. Come on, right? Brand new.
Yeah.
So that's one that was kind of on my radar.
$50 is not bad
for like a multi-modulation pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's on my radar.
I'm just trying to stay away from like the bottom of the barrel stuff, but I'm also kind of like, kind of intrigued. I have that one I got last week, the Axiom Azure, Azure, and I'm like, or Azure, or whatever, however you want to say it, and I'm just like, kind of want to try more that I see cheap on pedals, here, just cheap ones and see. But I also kind of like, I don't really want to collect trash.
Yeah.
There's also that same, it's like the back of my head. I'm like, I don't want to.
Like, I can buy more crap just to like have crap.
Yeah, I don't want to have that. So I've been looking at, Maleco. Huh?
That's not crap though. Maleco stuff is
No,
good.
I'm not. Yeah. No, I'm saying I want to stay in that kind of range. Maleco or Mr. Black, but like the banana effects, those are like $250, like $200, $250. I'm like, I don't want that. That the gimmick is cool, Kyle, but not that cool. Like,
I
don't. Don't really need to. Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of where I was. I didn't want to necessarily buy the cheaper crap like Amazon Basics or whatever mini pedals. Like that was I'm definitely not going that route. And I'm happy with my board. It's done. It's I can move on. But it's still something, always that itch of mini pedals. I'm like, oh man, if you have a mini pedal that just fucking kicks ass, that's so cool.
Yeah, and I'm also trying not to pick ones that you've already done. Like I could totally do carbon copy mini, and I think I've seen them for really cheap in my area. $100 and under.
Just get it, dude. You don't. Yeah. You could probably get original carbon copy. I'll look for one of those.
I have one. I have one.
You do?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Am I just like so out of my like Kyle story here? Oh my God! Yeah, you did. You did buy one. Oh my God, Kyle.
I haven't even put Velcro on this bastard. This
Kyle,
bastard.
My boy. Just when I think you can't fly, just when I think you can't fly any higher, you just prove me wrong.
Get a carbon copy and make you forget about it.
He's soaring. I love it when my dogs are flying high.
Me higher?
There goes my hero. They say that a hero can save. I see Kyle walk. I see Kyle walk through the door carrying a carbon copy.
My hair, my long ass hair is blowing in the wind.
Yeah, your
the
beard's
AC.
blowing everywhere.
Yeah,
slow movement. I'm like, oh my god, that's what I needed. That's what I needed. That's what I needed to get through my day. I see a text message, Kyle, like, I have a carbon copy. I'm like, ugh. I just die, and I'm like, take me. That's all
my boys are at it again. Doing
them
good
Kyle
in the
boys,
world.
them McIntyre boys are at it again. You and your brother just are driving the Bronco, launch over a fucking ramp, both holding carbon copies
into the lake. In the yeah. Why carbon copies? We have the same model.
You
cool,
both
you got two.
Your brother doesn't even play guitar, but he's like, I got one.
I got this thing you want me to get. We got a live one.
Anyways,
that's
we're
really
silly here.
Yeah, we're getting too silly here. That's really all I got for my What's New. What do you got?
I played a show this past weekend. So at the Till 2 Club. That's always a fun one. And it's probably one of my favorite places actually in San Diego. And it's a dive bar, a shithole, but it's fun.
Kind of sad.
It's my shithole, at least. I guess for just in case it's been a good spot for us. Playing, I think we've had some less than desirable experiences there. But hey, for just in case, it's been good. It's been fun. We opened the show, which is the fucking move, by the way. It's,
if you didn't know it,
at this club, it's opening or closing are actually the best crowds. People come like at 11 or midnight, or they come right at they're at 8 to 9. But I'm like, wow, this is so now we know. Those are the spots to play. So, but closing always sucks, because you're like, you're tired. For me, I'm like, I had to work all day. Anyways, decent crowd. I think we played really well. No real big fuck ups, but Adam and Brian, they went in-ears, and they had a great time. They loved it. They enjoyed it. For me, I couldn't hear jack shit.
The way you said that. They loved it. They said it's great.
It's okay. From what I heard, we sounded good through their ears. Me, I heard nothing. Just boom, boom, boom.
They loved it.
Just nothing but hi-hat and just ka of a snare. I'm like,
hell yeah.
All right. And then I could hear my bass from my amp. The only texture I could hear from my bass was from my amp, because it was like that's the only presence. And my position on stage was standing on top of the sub, so all I heard is like I heard the sub kick. That's all I felt. It like rattled my bones. It's like go. I'm like, and then my bass playing like boom, boom. I'm like, all right, well, And then like Adam asked me, he's like, why don't you ever do in-ears like Brian and I do? I'm like, I don't need another cable to trip me. And he's like, fair enough. That's a good reason, because I'm like, I'll trip myself with my instrument cable on stage. So
what? Those freaking the Tech Flex ones, dude, are freaking deadly.
Yeah, when you step on them, boys.
Woo. Like someone has a freaking 10 whistle. When you fucking slip.
It was Sinusoid had the Tech Flex, as well as BTPA, and then even some homemade ones that I would do. I would take some of the Guitar Center brand ones, Livewire, because those are lifetime warranty. I'm like, I'll put my own Tech Flex on it, which actually it's not. Not a bad move.
Someone's got literally at one of these pawn shops, they have a Livewire cable. I was wondering, I'm like, do I grab that?
Yeah,
and then just
stick them down, and then you just Yeah, anytime it breaks, just take it to Guitar Center. That's their brand. So
Yeah.
then if you know, and then of course, like if Guitar Center ever goes belly up or whatever. But yeah. So I played this show with my $80 Mogami cable.
Nice.
And like it's something to say when you spend a lot of money on a cable. I'm like, it actually feels great. It feels good to wrap up. It feels like it gets out of the way. I'm like, am I just lying to myself that a cable is better than, you know, whatever other shit I was using?
No, I know when they're like thin, the thin material.
Yeah, this is
not as like.
Well, this one
I like
is
the more substantial.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, whatever.
So I mentioned on the Co and Kevin episode, I'm like, right angle is my way to go for my instrument cable. That way you have it going into your board, low profile, going into your guitar, low profile. And then the Mogami Gold or whatever the hell it is, performance, something like that. Yeah, it's real nice. And it's like it's thick but also really pliable. You know, it moves around, moves and grooves. Yeah, it feels great. But that I'm sure had nothing to do with my tone, because I had real big compliments from the chef. Johnny Ray was in the crowd. He was like, "Your bass tone sounded great tonight," because I played with my P bass. He was like, "Your P bass," I'm like, that actually does fit really well with Just In Case. He's like, as cool as the Birdo bass is and the Matonder Jones bass is, he's like, I don't know, something about just a P bass just works all the time. It just always does. And it's like, it's so boring to say what bass should anybody get ever? Just get a P bass.
P bass.
If you're gonna own one bass, P bass is the bass. Multiple iterations of the fucking thing, but I'm like, get a good P bass. Yours is better than mine, I understand, but mine's pretty good. I like
saying.
We have same pickups, similar manufacturer of the bridge. Mine has a nicer nut than yours. My frets aren't as worn down as yours, but
yeah.
You
weren't using a C clamp.
P-bass versus
a C clamp to hold down your fucking strings, I guess.
Yeah.
I have like I'm cranking it down like on the stage.
Mm-hmm. American P bass versus like Mexican P bass. They're fine. They're both good. And
wait, what kind of nut do you have?
I have bone nut.
Oh, I thought I got mine changed up. I guess not.
I don't. Maybe you did. Oh, you know what? You probably did. I think the frets were the thing. They were like they put the bone nut in, and they're like, "Jesus, yeah, these frets, huh?"
Hey, you hear about frets? You probably need some new ones.
You
know these things on your car? They're called tires. These are basically your tires on your guitar. You should try to change them out.
Yeah, so there were comparable basses there, but you can say of your basses that you own, the P bass is probably the one, right?
P bass, yeah. Well, yeah, I guess
for me,
thinking
like,
about cars,
I want to say
it's like at least for American vehicles, I'm thinking like a P bass is maybe like an F-150. You can still, you can modify it. It's gonna get the job done. You throw shit in the back. I don't know. That's probably bad.
Yeah.
There's other cars. You can get like I have a Grabber. I have the T40, but the P bass is still like the best playing, the best sounding, and they're also I think a dime a dozen too. So it's like maybe not that one mine, but if I needed another one, I could really just buy a new. I mean. That's still a bass that's in production. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just fits. It fits in the mix easy. Because I own modern, jazz bass.
Yeah.
And for some, reason, I'm like, jazz bass is cool, but P bass just always works.
Always works. You could even order something similar from Fender from what I have. Like... Pickup and bridge configuration. I don't have to mod it,
Yeah.
Probably
I want a high output pickup,
high mass
bridge. Yep. String through for yours. Mine isn't. And anyways, it was just like Johnny was like, that is the sound that what you had for this show. It's like it was clear, you could hear everything, and it was like he was like it worked out. Like for me on stage, it was muddy as shit. I couldn't hear anything, but out there he's like, yeah, bass and everything was a good mix. The guy did his job.
Nice.
And he's like, as much as we all like, Matonder Jones basses are cool. They're great. Not that I'm gonna not play my Birdo, but it's like, oh, the P bass, real nice. And I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Well, because I own the P bass, so that's mine. And then I'm like, it could have been also a combination too. I'm like, this is my probably second or third show with my Origin Effects, the 76 comp, the bass comp that was $300 something. And I'm like, that one sounds really good too. Because even
they
just
could make
practice,
that a mini,
like when you play,
right? You think they could make that a mini
it has
pedal?
6 knobs. 6 knobs on that bad boy. Maybe there's. I don't know. I like that pedal. That was awesome. I know when I bought that pedal, I played it at practice, and even Brian noticed. He's like, something different with that one. Did you get something new? I'm like, yes, I did. I sure did. I got my new compressor.
Yeah, hey, compressor.
And
like, cool.
when somebody else in your band who notices gear that you got just from the sound of it, I'm like, yes. So, but it was cool because the sound was even at the show, and even the sound guy was stoked when we were setting up. He's like, oh my God. So I'm like, oh, bass player here, don't mic it up. You can just give me a line, and I have an XLR out of my pedal board. It's an amp in a box, basically. He's like, yeah, that's awesome. That's cool. Adam showed up. He's like, oh, I have my own guitar mic. He's like, what? You have a 609. He's like, you have one of those? You just bring it to shows? The guy was stoked that he has the the flat Sennheiser deal.
Yeah.
The one you don't even need a stand. Just use the cable to hang it in front of the speaker, and it's gonna be good. The guy was stoked on that. He's like, and we all brought our own mics and had our stand set up already before he even got there to put the cables in. He's like, what? You already have your own mics? Like, damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe this whole time we just haven't understood the sound guy,
yeah.
and their plight.
Yeah, and he's just all like, it's like, yes, make it easy for them so you can sound the way that you want. And then Brian even just was like, give me a line, or a 1/4-inch line or an XLR line to my monitor box, and we can make it work. He's like, shit, okay, all right. He's like, and I can step down if you need it, if you can't give me a lower signal. He's like, what? 30? He's like, 30 dB cut I can do on my own here. And he's like, what? He was like all stoked because he had like somebody, I think he was kind of helping him out with it. It's like his helper kind of. He was like, yeah, these guys. He goes like, these guys aren't normal. You're not gonna run into this band normally.
Ever again.
A lot of times they're gonna be difficult. So like, don't get used to this. He's like, I don't have to do anything. I just have to plug in their mics, plug into the pedal,
sound check it, and then
we're done. And it was so easy. He's like, yeah, you guys want to do another sound check song? I was like, no, we're good. Anyways, and so, but when I'm on stage and when you're doing everything, I'm like, I couldn't hear shit. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, I didn't do in-ears. And then, but the guy was like, I don't know, from in the crowd, they said it sounded great, and you always get off stage and you get your praises, It's like another one of the bands was like,
you're like a stripper. Like you get off, and you have to walk around the room and get like collect your tip, basically. But it's like you have to catch your praises.
It's all pats on the back and like,
you're great. Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. That's right. And if you're like, oh,
I saw you were listening back here. I got
when people, I saw you. What'd you think of my song?
We made eye contact. Yeah.
What'd you think of my dance? And it was just like people were like. Other bands were asking about like, how's the monitor set up? I'm like, oh, we have this little board that we do, and we split lines and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, cool. So you kind of just essentially take the monitor feed to your in-ears. I'm like, yeah. Like, you ever had problems where like they just blow your ears out? I'm like, actually, at one of the last shows we did, yes. So there's the risk of that. But you also don't have to bring a ton of gear, because one of the bands, they brought just so much shit.
Really?
Like it was like, yeah, and also maybe I'm getting old, but I'm like these other bands, I'm like they had to play so loud. Good God. But they had their own in-ear rig. So it's like a big touring band, but for till 2. You know what I'm talking about, how small that it's.
Oh, man.
It's small. Small stage, small club.
They used to have the outdoor section, and then they closed that off.
Yeah.
And, oh, man, super small.
Yeah. So
I feel like a rat trapped in like a... Because I know how it used to be. They just closed that area off that used to let you out into the courtyard or whatever, and then now that's where the stage is, where they had that roll-up door. Yeah. You're like, I'm trapped. Yeah. I don't even know where I'm going anymore. It's like a dead-end hallway.
But it's like they had their own rig that they brought, which was like a 16-rack unit deal. And so it's called a closed system, which I've talked about, I think, on earlier episodes of like thinking about how to do in-ear systems. So essentially everything is mic'd and it goes splits. And it goes to the Behringer, in-ear, digital rack, and they have their own mix that they hear of themselves. And then front of house gets to do whatever they want with the splits. So think of like your snare goes 2 ways. You get one, and then front of house can do what they want with it. Bass, guitar, splits. Yeah. Goes into your mix. You do what you want.
Yeah, so you can have yours and they can have theirs. Yeah.
Exactly. That's so much work. And then they mic'd the cymbals. They mic'd every single drum. They had pads, sample pads. The drummer was playing to backing tracks. It took forever to set up. So that's the downside of it. It's like, think of a band setting up and then add 25 minutes. So I'm like, okay, it's cool because they could hear every goddamn thing. And that was the band that was asking, like, so how's your in-ear setup? I'm like, we just take whatever a monitor mix we get. Like, oh. And he's like, wait till you see what we got. I'm like, yeah, I was in the parking lot. I saw what you guys fucking had. I think that's overkill. Cool, but fuck. When you're playing, a smaller gig, I'm like, this is not, there's no, record label's going to pick you up, man. They sounded good, but it was just like, it was so much. It was like kind of juice not worth the squeeze kind of deal.
Yeah.
Maybe if you had a crew with you, but like setting it all up, they were setting up way before the doors opened. Like we were loading up on stage and they were still setting up.
How is that fun? How is that fucking fun?
But yeah, we opened up, which was cool. And luckily I had to work, but I got off early. My manager's like, oh, you can leave early, whatever, get there in time, which I did. I basically like pulled over, parking, hazards or whatever to throw shit on.
Get that Jack in the Box.
Throw the hazards on, throw the shit on stage. And then I went to go park, hurry. And I luckily found a spot like kind of on the same road, El Cajon, as the club, just like, but a couple shops down or whatever. Basically on the corner of the block. I was like, okay, cool. I checked that I wasn't in the red or any parking spot or whatever. I'm like, cool, I'm ready to go. And then I basically ran into the venue to go get set up because I didn't want to like miss check-in or whatever, the fucking sound check,
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize I like totally left just my truck, basically. I checked to see if like, am I parked in the red? No, I'm good. I had my door unlocked. I had my window rolled down for hours. And it was kind of in a shitty part of town. Totally.
It is a shitty part of town.
It's a very...
Don't say it's kind of.
It is a shithole.
It definitely is.
Yeah, but the thing is, you go 2 blocks one direction is real nice.
Yeah, it's so weird.
But
just that main road
strip is just... Yeah, it's not the best. It sucks. It's a shithole. And I'm like, I'm so surprised that nobody, like, just rolled down window, unlocked. Nobody fucked with my truck at all. It was like perfect opportunity to like steal this car, steal anything that's in it, but nobody fucked with it at all. Nobody stole anything. It was left completely untouched. And I talked about this on the pod. I just got this truck back, and I spent a good amount of money on it. Of course, it's not like a showstopper, kind of truck, but it's mine.
Yeah.
It's my truck,
You're lucky someone didn't get in there and fuck up the ignition and drive that thing off and then just abandon it at a crime scene or something.
Yeah, joyride that thing.
Burn it up.
Yeah.
Burn the motor out of it.
But it's like, I think too many people probably pass by to even give it a look.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this truck is way too shitty to fuck with. Gross.
Ugh.
Because it's like a 2004 F-150. It's like this thing is like nothing to like even look at, let alone give it a second look.
So they probably, oh my God, someone fucked that truck up.
Yeah,
they already thought it was already rated.
Yeah. The back is full.
They tore up the fucking vinyl seats.
Yeah, the vinyl seats are split. There's trash in the front. There's trash in the back, which is my recycling, which I'm going to make a killing on.
Yeah, you're lucky no one saw that and was like, oh shit,
$100 worth of fucking cans and bottles. I was...
What they would have done is just stole your car, drove it to the recycling center, dropped it off, and then brought it back for you still. But all your cans are gone.
They're like, with the truck, we don't want anything in it. And I'm like,
no.
I have my prescription sunglasses in here. They're still there? Yes, they are. Good.
Yeah, prescription.
But yeah, I felt like a real boner when I walked up to my truck. I'm like, what? Why? What did I do? I'm like, I just wasn't in the right mindset to think of like, oh yeah, lock your truck or car up. I'm like, I gotta get the sound check. But that's my story.
Yeah. I'm important. I gotta. They're waiting for me.
Yeah, that's my story. What do you? We got a quick little topic here. What do you say?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I do want to go to another topic, but oh my God, I was just thinking. It totally broke. I went to go take a piss. But came back. I'm like, that's kind of a good thing about having a shitty vehicle, right?
Yeah,
like a nice, reliable one. But it's like nobody's like ever gonna be like, oh man, look at that, look at that truck. If I had a Raptor, which would be cool, very cool.
Yeah, you should get one.
That would have been $80,000 to $90,000. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's way more than I make a year.
You probably get a cheap one. Salvage title.
Almost double. Shit. You could take both our salaries combined and you'd make about that. We're fucked. Man. But we could get a Bugatti.
Yeah, we get a Bugatti. No problem.
Andrew Tate
We get a hat, maybe.
Yeah, we do top G. You got a Bugatti. Anyways, yeah, that was kind of like, I think that was the saving grace for me. It was just having a really shitty vehicle that everybody would be like, fuck.
Well, there are certain vehicles that people look for that they know the weaknesses and shit. Yours might just look like a work truck, and they didn't see anything. Like there's no tools in it, nothing. And they're like, fuck this. Someone had walked by, driven by. Yeah.
Which sucks. I do see people who have trucks that have been busted into, and they're nicer, newer F-150s and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh shit, because they're looking for tools. Because imagine, same thing with loading your gear every day, which I would and do. Leaving your tools. I'm like, I'm just gonna put them in tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Why take them out? Only because people are gonna fucking steal them. And so, it's kind of, as I'm driving to work, I saw somebody who had like a work van. Fucking back was all smashed into. I'm like, oh, you poor bastard. But it's kind of a thing
fuck
too.
Fuck them. Fuck the trades.
No, I mean not that, but also too, it's like anything that you leave in your car, might as well just leave it on the sidewalk.
Yeah, it's a thin piece of glass that's holding.
It's not so much protecting you. It's not like that breaks in and you're gonna have like fucking Ed 201 from fucking RoboCop come out of the back and just fucking shoot the bastards. And it's like, it's not gonna. You're not gonna have that dead or alive creep. You're coming with me. You don't have a bunch of RoboCops out there. So that's kind of what I think. Every time I'm like after a show, I remember always after a show, I'm like, man, I'm so fucking tired. I don't want to unload this goddamn 4x12. I gotta unload this goddamn 4x12 because that would be on me. That's on me. You know, if it ever got ripped off, it probably wouldn't. But also, I'm like, am I gonna risk it? Anyways, because I always like
risk it for the biscuit, dude.
Yeah, no, anyway, not worth it. Luckily, nowadays my gear is so small.
Those 4 a.m. load-ins, dude. Oh my god.
4 p.m. load-ins.
4 a.m. loadouts, or no, where you're like you just get home, or if we played like a show kind of far away.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's like when you close down the bar.
2:30 or 3 o'clock.
This was fun,
you're loading
but also
your shit into the studio.
You gotta fucking go to the studio, then go home. Like, God
then you
damn.
go home, and that's when you're at home at like 4 o'clock.
Yeah. It's also
Oh god.
Like, I have small enough gear now. I may actually get one of those. I think Jamie Davis suggested one of those Husky foldable. Was it the?
Little carts.
Adam got one. He's like, I love it. He was like, I don't need anything like that. I don't need it because he's got the Mesa combo, which Mesa 1x12, not the biggest, heaviest thing.
More manageable. Yeah.
But it's still kind of a bitch.
Yeah.
So he's like, I bought this at Home Depot. It's like, Gower. He's like, get this. It's like the one, friend or listener of your podcast that suggested this. I'm like, I thought it was kind of dumb. I bought it. Perfect. It's great for moving amps. He's like, do you want to carry this thing down the block? No. Yeah. Use the Husky foldable, cart there. It's not really a cart. What's that? A dolly?
It's a dolly. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're on the dangerous side because they will fold up sometimes if you're not careful.
Yeah.
But like if you hit something and it folds the
really?
front end up. Yeah. But usually you're carrying something heavy enough that keeps it down.
Yeah.
But like if you go downstairs or hit a stair or hit something and it folds up, the wheels will want to come in.
Yeah.
So, but it is, I used to use them at work. I have a bigger dolly now for that, but they're great because they're like $40 or something, or maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, I think under 50 for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, great. Just for if I had my combo and my cab on there, boom, done.
I saw one for $7 at a thrift store today, actually.
Oof. Get it.
I'll go back and get it.
Get it. I'll take it home with me. You just have a stash of shit that I'm going to fly home with. I need to have a separate bag. That's going to be my carry-on.
Shit, yeah. What? I have a mic for you.
Couple tech
decks.
What
else I have?
Couple tech decks.
Yeah, tech decks.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we go out there, I might find some pedals. You said there's a couple like anime stores out there. Let's check it out.
I haven't seen it open yet, so I've driven past it. I'm obviously scared to go into it.
Oh, and then video game stores. You got old vintage retro game stores.
Two in the area.
Yeah. Cool. Anyways, but yeah. So here's a quick topic idea. I might be pulling squeezing blood from a stone here, but for me, I like cheap accessories or things that are not instruments or gear, as far as like pedals and shit, like amps or whatever. That I'm like, these are great for recording or gigging or playing at home.
Yeah.
So think of like specific stands, pick holders, mic stands, whatever type of like accessories, cables or whatever that like are your jam. Like they could be silly. Like for me, this is my first example is I love having a mic stand pick holder. It's just having your picks.
You're pulling on yours right here.
Right. If I had one right here, I could always grab my picks on. And it's just, I have the Dunlop ones. I had the Planet Wave ones. Like I've used them ever since I was like 14. I love them. I love the idea. I'm like, this is what's wrong with this?
How many of those do you have, by the way?
5. I have 5 of the Dunlop ones. And I have them in different mic boxes, different guitar cases. I have at least 5, I want to say. That's probably my favorite accessory because I'm like, I'll use it, There's some shows where I don't use it, and I use something comparable that I saw like on a rig rundown. Guitar Tech does is take gaff tape. You can put it on a mic stand, and then just put your picks on. So what you want to do is take the gaff tape, put it on your shirt, and then put the picks on it so that it's not super sticky. And then attach that to the mic stand.
Interesting.
Yeah, you get a little bit of like the fuzz and shit from your t-shirt, cotton t-shirt mostly.
Cat hair.
Yeah, any of that stuff. So it'll still stick, but not be super sticky. Where it's like you're playing.
You grab it, you pull the freaking stand down.
You're like fuck. I want to pull the stand. Yeah, you stand down. Like that grip. The grip on
hits
the tape.
The stage.
Boom. Yeah, it's like freaking... tapes that grip, for sure. Yeah, but it's just like it's not going to give that pickup. But if you put it on your shirt and get a little bit of, fuzz or whatever the residue, cat hair, shit like that. Lint. I also saw that somebody did that for like stickers on like a more vintage or high end guitar. He's like, okay, it's fun to have stickers on your. He's like, I like stickers on my guitar, but I understand people, if you want to resell this thing, or it's like a $6,000 like custom shop Fender or whatever, you don't want to fuck up the finish. I'm like, all right. He's like, watch this. He's like, put the sticker on your shirt, rub it in, and then you stick it on the guitar. Guess what? Peel that fucker off. Gone. No residue. But you still have the sticker on the guitar. It's like, cool. When you're done with this one, sell it. And I'm like, all right, I like that idea. Not too shabby. Could be, a little bit of wrong in the guitar part because what nitro finish and stuff like that. But anyways, having picks on the mic stand, I love it because I did a little thing. I'm like, the last show, I'm like, oh, I put a couple picks on my amp, and that little fucker, the Terror Bass 500, whatever, it shakes, it rattles and rolls, and it shook all the picks that I had on it. I'm like, all right, can't rely that on that thing for picks if I need it in a pinch. And then you keep one in your Levi's pocket there.
That's what was great about using the 410 and having the SKB case, is because there's little divots on top. So you drop it in there, you put your keys, your phone, or whatever on top of it, and it just sat in like a little trough.
Yeah. I was getting into it at the show, and I was jumping around, because we were like, oh, there's a bass player. Oh. Jumping around and getting into it, dude. I have my bass solo, for one of the songs. Essentially, it's just
one note, right?
Doom, 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 doom. I got 3 notes in there.
Oh shit!
That's my bass solo right there. But I do once the whole band comes in, I do a jump, like Mark Hoppus jump. So where you jump and you pull your legs up to look like you're jumping higher.
You're not doing David Lee Roth like splits.
Yeah, no.
Right?
Yeah. It's basically like you could like slide a credit card underneath me. That's about all the clearance I got. Credit card jump. So I like to coin it as that one. But I jumped and my cell phone came out of my back pocket, and I got my boy Adam over there. He caught it, and like he basically stomped on it, kicked it, slided it over the side there. And it's like he's like, oh, here's your phone. I'm like, oh, thank God. He's like, yeah, it slid out of your pocket when you did that jump. And I'm like, all right, well, thanks for having my back. I think everybody watched the show, watched my cell phone fall out, not my jump.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, where's your phone? Did you get your phone, man? Did you get your phone, man? Even other bands were like, did you grab your phone? I saw it jump out. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even know it fell out.
Might as well jump.
Like that's the new commercial for, we got a mouse case here for a fucking cell phone, iPhone 11 Pro. This fat piece of shit jumping on stage here.
Credit card.
We have his other friend stomping it out, giving it a real generous stomp here. And it still survived. Oh, it still works. Instagram is slow as hell, but it still works. Anyways, that's my favorite accessory. You got something?
I guess I like to add strap locks, the Dunlop brand, just about to everything.
That's your Frank's Red Hot deal?
Yeah.
I put that shit on
everything. I don't have it on the T40. I don't have it on like my vintage ones.
Let's just leave those bad boys.
I don't have it on my American Strat.
What you doing? Put it on there.
Yeah. I have it on like my Blue Telly, basically all the guitars that I built, I put them, I put them on.
Mm-hmm.
I built.
Yeah.
I assembled.
So I've never had those ever fail. Dunlop.
Yeah.
People say like, well, I'm gonna go with the fucking Shalers or blah 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 blah. No, Dunlops have never ever failed me, and we've been using them since we were kids. We were 15, 16 years old.
Yeah, I think I even had them on the Grabber. No, Grabber. On the Stingray.
Yeah, you had them Stingray. I had them when I had a MIM Telly. They just fucking, they're fine. They work. I've never, people say like, well, the little like, the push like ball bearing thing, locking system. It's like, that could fail. I'm like, it could, but it's never happened in my experience.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, first-hand experience is everything,
Yeah. I usually pretty much leave my straps on my guitars anyways. At least here. I mean, like I have them on there. Like I could have one strap literally and have 10 guitars and just move them between it.
Which is cool. That's a cool system.
Yeah, but that's why I'm like, oh, well, I want a guitar. I want a strap that matches that. So now I got to buy, I have to have the disconnect and I got to get a new strap.
Yeah. It's like what?
Which I did buy.
10
I did buy one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it's like for the whole setup is like $20.
All right. Yeah. But
might as well get a new one.
Totally. That we have extra shit or whatever. I like really the dual design is very cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's such a smart, because you can use it with the, I remember seeing dual design. God, I can't speak. I slept without my night guard last night, so I bit my tongue in 3 places.
This is the non-dual design setup right here,
guy.
which is, it's like
so when
it
you
looks kind of like, I don't know, a spout on a freaking teapot.
Mm-hmm. So when you have the dual design, you can use it with straps that do not have any locking system on it, because it's wide. You get the mushroom tip up there, and it's not going to let that strap
bell
go.
end.
Yeah, the bell end. And I'm like, what a cool, smart design. I like that a lot. So it's like, and it still works with your fucking strap lock. So it's like you have a regular strap button that you can use other straps with, and then also the strap lock Dunlop deal.
Yeah.
What is it? Fuck, God damn it. That was a smart idea, Dunlop. You done it again. Not only did the carbon copy mini and the fucking wah mini that retracts
every
back
MXR pedal.
Yeah,
that isn't a drive.
The wah pedal that like kicks back and turns off. Whatever the hell
bass
that one. No, there's a guitar one. Can't remember the name of it, but they came out with that one. I'm like, you guys are so smart. I love them. God damn it, I love them. I tell you. When I go on my dying breath, my death rattle is gonna be like, MXR Dunlop rocks.
Dunlop is sick.
I just Dracula out. I'm like, Dunlop is best. It's like the tires or the pedals, and I come back. I mean, I don't know anything about the tires, but I'm sure they're good too. But the pedals are awesome.
Well, just let a man die in peace.
I had to like set the record straight. Yeah, no, those are fun. I would say, I mean, I talked about my cable situation with the Megamis, but I recently found these. So these new acquisition in the past year or so, Ernie Ball flat patch cables.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss. They're so goddamn good. I love them. Like that was like the appeal with the sinusoid cables. Was that they were so thin and they were like soldered, so there's better reliability. And then these flat cables from EBS came out, and then you got those there, yeah. And then Ernie Ball just ripped the shit out of that idea, and I'm like, yes. Yes. So the cable is flat, so it's thin profile, and also the heads of the cables are flat. So really comparable to the ones that Kyle has there, but they are Ernie Ball. So there's, probably a little bit cheaper, but also they come in 3-inch, which is nice when you have cables that are, pedals.
They're pretty big, actually, if you think about it.
Yeah, that's actually pretty fucking respectable, by the way.
Yeah.
Get a lot done with that.
Yeah.
You need any more of that, you fucking whore?
Hey, in the gun world, 3 inches is a magnum. So, just saying. Just saying.
I like that. They go, this is so stupid. This one's just for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so it's like it comes in 3-inch cable, so basically like just gets the job done. If you're connecting two pedals next to each other, low profile, awesome. I'm like, these cables came out and people are like, how are those? I'm like, fucking awesome. Ernie Ball.
Yeah. And the cheap.
Yeah. Knocking it out of the park again. Yeah, and then they come 3 inches and above. You can get 12-inch if you need to. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
We don't need to show off there.
But it's the size of 4 dicks.
Okay. But also, you got the 6-inch and stuff like that. I'm like, those are fun. I'm like, what a cool accessory, because that's what I have on my mini pedal board. I'm like,
yeah, the 3s.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Does the job.
I might have to copy you on that for
get those. Get them. Highly recommend.
Which board did you have on that? Was it the Nano Plus or the Nano?
Nano Plus on that bad boy. And I got I got 7 pedals on there.
Damn. Yeah, I might just make like a hook on the wall and just hang it up. Just leave them on there whenever I don't want to pull it down.
Yeah, put the pedal on the board. Or put pedal. And
the board on the wall?
I'm blaming the Bud Lights on these. Put the pedal on the board on the wall there. And I kind of want to do that with that mini pedal board, because I'm like, it looks really good. I might straighten a couple things out, but it's done the way it is. I'll put some hooks on there to put it up and just display it, because I'm like, see that? Like a fish I caught. See that? Look at that.
I did that.
Do you have any other accessories or silly things that you enjoy? Do you prefer a straight stand versus the boom one?
I don't really give a shit about that.
You don't care?
I think I'm more of the boom guy. Straight stand, like I would always hit my hand on it, like when I was playing bass.
Yeah.
I kind of extend forward a little bit.
Yeah.
My gunt.
Yeah.
And so,
my top gunt. I always preferred straight stands for vocals before.
They look cooler.
Yeah.
That's definitely true.
I got a pedal board. And then at that point, I could never play one. I'm like, I need a boom.
Yeah.
Because like my home base is right in front of my pedal board. How can I stomp on my effects switches if I don't stand right in front of it?
Yeah, exactly.
I need to play DDR while I'm
home plate. You're like a freaking catcher, just waiting for someone to run the home plate.
Load up that plate. I'm like playing Dance Dance Revolution on this motherfucker, and I needed to be right in front of it, so I needed that boom.
Toby.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I could go on all day. Do you have any, no other like
not really, nothing that I'm like stuck to.
Yeah, you're more water.
Although,
you can go with the flow. Here.
Yeah. I mean,
you want to bring it in for a landing? What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, thank you for tuning into the Tone Jerks podcast here. Don't mind the pee breaks here, so you can actually enjoy a little break in the middle of the pod yourself.
Yeah, we should have an intermission where we still run the time. All right, everyone. Now we're all back from our piss break.
Do you piss faster than
our collective piss break?
How silly would that? Would that be dumb? Would it be like how we did the fucking effects at the end when people were like, "This sucks ass. I hate this."
I know, like that was dumb. Like, yeah, it was.
Oh, sorry.
We should just do. We should do the next read with reverse delay on everything. I think it'd be sick.
People are just gonna fucking kill us.
The internet.
They'd be so pissed.
Horrible.
So
Just
pissed.
reverse the last of it.
Yeah. So anyways, thank you for tuning into the Tone Jerks podcast here. A little bit of, patchwork at the end there, getting it all together after the pee break. But, if you like what you hear, you can follow along on Facebook. We have a Facebook group linked in the description. We're on Instagram at the Tone Jerks. Just bit my tongue again. We're on YouTube. We're posting the podcast on there. Eventually going to post other videos on YouTube there, but we're trucking along over there. I think we're over 300 subs over there, so I'm like, that's cool, that's great. So if we can have more, that'd be even greater.
Yeah.
Give us a sub, give us a dime over there. But if you really like the show, you can help support us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. But if you double down for $2 a month, you get an extra episode every week, and you get the whole back catalog, which is over 300 bonus podcast episodes.
Oh,
and
we did it.
Yeah, we hit we hit 300 over on the page over there. But
we're sneaking up with the main.
Yeah, we're gonna get there with the main, but they are separate episodes. So it's not just like here's the same episode 5 days early or whatever. I'm like, no, you get a separate feed and a little different feel on Patreon. I may post like a bonus, like a Patreon from the past on the main, just to kind of get the feel of it. I like those episodes a lot too because they're just riffing and us hanging out. But yeah, check it out over there, patreon.com/theToneJerks. And just for the support, we wanted to give you a huge shout out, a sizable acknowledgement. Kyle, you got a list over there.
I got it right here.
You give it to me, baby. Wipe out.
We have Andrew Walsh from Andrew's Alcove and the Second Button Podcast. We got Abe Newman, Michael Newman, Nicholas Payson, Nicholas Ogburn, Doug King, Doug Chris from 37 Effects, Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and also the Just Surprisingly Podcast. We got Joe from. I'm
thinking for NAM when we go next time, we should all wear Hawaiian shirts and like grass skirts.
Oh no!
The Tone Jerks go to NAM.
It's insensitive. Too soon. Okay.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
Too soon.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. God damn. I like it. Kyle's
that idea is on fire, by the way. It's hot.
It's too hot for TV.
Yeah.
It's like Girls Gone Wild. It's Jerks Gone Wild. It's all you, me, and Johnny just taking our tops off. Too hot for TV.
I have pasties on there with little tassels.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
My freaking man meat.
Got my belly out there, just everybody slapping it. Pink belly.
Pink belly Brian.
You got Josh Scott. He's like, what the fuck is fat bitch?
Josh Scott gets in on it.
He gets like, give me. And he's got the biggest hands ever. He's like, bam. I bounce like a basketball. I'm like, fuck.
All right, anyways, we got Joe from the Like My Network,
Mm-hmm.
Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and also the Just Surprise Me podcast. We got Will Lehue from Just Surprise Me, Energy Weapon, and Sharing Maps. We got Tony DeGraw from Texas State Boggle Champs. We got RJ Smith from Teletalks, Jamie Davis, Johnny Ray, Steve Rao from 60 Cycle Hum, Kevin E. Quits from E. Quits Guitars. Sorry.
Oh, yeah? Doing the mic.
Burping into the mic and then reading names. Speaking of that one, Co Schneider from Night Tides.
We'll do Off the Rails train, and he'll like burp, and he just like really tries to miss the mic. I'm like, just doing the mic. It's funny. That's what podcasts do. You ever listen to Come Town? Come on.
No, I don't want to do that.
Come on.
I don't want to do that.
Come on.
We got Alvaro Viramontes, Brian Nutter of Nutter Guitars, Mel Chipson of Chipson Guitars. We have real manufacturers in here, and we have fake manufacturers in here, by the way. And we have fake manufacturers. We have faux. Actually, we have like, Chipson doesn't actually make guitars, but we have a guy who's not even affiliated with
just
and
like
you're
it's just lying.
just stealing the valor of that.
Yeah, stolen valor from a fake company.
Yeah, it's like we got Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop. I just love it's Mel Chipson. Like it's not.
He's the CFO.
I wonder if Mel would actually run a tight ship at a guitar manufacturer who rips off other manufacturers.
Oh, that green thing you're wearing.
What about that green thing you're wearing? Sean Fahey from the band Shadowhounds. Sean Wright from Lollygagger Effects and How to Fucking Solder on YouTube.
Shout out.
Juan Ortiz from Tone Hungry Effects. Mike Oxbig, Hugh G-Rection, and Denny Whacked It.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Zach Hale. Eric Merrow from YouTube and Instagram. Scott Hamilton from the Effects Loop podcast. We got Matthew Fenslaw, Matthew Davis, Chase Stevens, and Pete from Over There.
All right. I think that's
the list.
Another long one. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.